Paul Woody, Richmond Times-Dispatch, and this is not quite a basketball question. I don't know if you guys probably don't read Vogue magazine, but I don't know if you're aware that yesterday an article came out saying that Coach Bennett is the George Clooney of the NCAA tournament. Just wonder what your guys' reaction to that might be.
Anthony, want to handle that one?
I don't have a comment on that one. I'll let Malcolm handle it.
I don't have a comment either. I didn't see any article, but you got it.
I did not read that article either. So I think AG should handle this one.
Thank you.
Stay in front.
Can you guys, Anthony in particular, can you just address how often do you think back on the past NCAA tournament losses? I know going into this year, you talked about the motivation you take from it. On a daily basis, do you think back to that stuff, or is it now behind you? And how much did that fuel you guys this year?
We think about it every now and then, just going into the tournament, knowing that you could be out at any moment. That's really the only time we really think about it, just going back and looking at the mentality that we had coming into the tournament last year and the mentality that we have this year coming into the tournament is totally different, and I think we're in a better place this year.
What's changed?
Just the way we approach it. This year we're going after it, we're attacking it, whereas last year we kind of just sat back and let it kind of come to us, and we didn't really go after it like we needed to.
Go on the aisle on the left.
Todd Douglas from the Washington Times. Malcolm and Anthony, do you remember when you guys first met each other, and what were the circumstances, and what do you recall making of the other guy when you first got to know him? What'd you think of him?
Malcolm, want to handle that first?
Yeah, I remember meeting AG. He was on a official visit here. I think it was the summer between my freshman and sophomore year. I just remember him being a very playful guy, but very serious, very determined. He reminded me a lot of myself. And then once we got on the court, I realized, how hard he worked and his work ethic. And I realized, with his talent, with his work ethic and leadership, he'd be able to help us take this program to another level. So, we've always been great friends off the court, and on the court, we're great teammates as well.
Anthony?
I'll take it back a little further for me and Malcolm. I actually met him at an All-Star game in Florida in high school, and that was pretty much where we met then, and I could sort of help raise him from that point on. But me and Malcolm, we have a great bond, and as well as London, all of our guys on our team were like brothers. So we just love each other, and it's just a chemistry thing that we have that we love.
Who's second row?
Doug Daddy from the Roanoke Times. Anthony, where do the wedding plans stand right now?
I did three things. I picked out my groomsmen, I tasted the cake, and I picked the shoes that I was going to wear. And that's about it. And then I know I get married on April 8th, so then I'll be there.
We'll go third row.
Zach Rosillo, New York Post. Malcolm, are your plans to try to go to the NBA after this year, or do you want to do other things? I know you obviously have a lot of interest beyond basketball.
I want to play in the NBA.
Go on the aisle on the left.
Yes, hi, Steve Leventhal, SRN Broadcasting. Guys, tell me about the caliber of play in the ACC this season and how it has prepared you to be at the tournament and be at this stage of the tournament, top seed, so forth, in the number.
You want to take that?
I think it's huge to be able to go in and night out during the ACC regular season and to be able to play all the good teams night in and night out. It's definitely helped us, and to have 6 ACC teams in the Sweet 16 right now is huge, and it goes to show that we can play with anybody, and we're just trying to take that confidence into the games that we have tomorrow. So,
go in the front row.
London, Paul Woody from the Times-Dispatch. You have started almost every game since you've been at UVA. You appear to be completely unflappable. Is that a matter of California cool, or is that the way you've always been? And if the other players don't mind addressing what London's like as a point guard as well.
I think it's just how I've been since I started playing basketball. I've always been taught to just be level-headed, be even-keeled, and play the way you want to play, and don't let anybody change that.
Malcolm?
Yeah, I can't say if it's Cali cool or how he's been raised to play, but I know that's how he is and that's who he is on the court. He provides that composure for us when things get a little rowdy. He's our primary ball handler, and when you're the primary ball handler, you want to be composed. You want to be poised in times of chaos or up and down. So, he's been a great point guard for me and for my teammates while I've been here, and I'm excited to see what we can do going down the stretch.
Stay in the front row.
Malcolm, I know you've said you'll reflect on some of the accomplishments, when the season's over and Player of the Year and all that, but do you have a sense that if you guys don't advance further in this tournament, that your career will have come up short? Do you look at it in those terms?
No, honestly, I'm not even thinking about it in that regard. I'm thinking about trying to lead, trying to have this team advance as far as we can go. That's really where my mindset is right now.
Go in the back, Shannon.
Shannon Spake, ESPN. I had one player tell me that the way that you guys play, it sort of lulls the other team to sleep. It's almost like their rhythm is kind of thrown off by what you guys do. How much can you guys sense that pulse? How much can you guys sense when your rhythm of trying to slow things down affects the other guys?
Anthony, you want to take that?
Yeah, I think that's something we pride ourselves on. We really try to impose our will on the other team and make them play the game that we want to play. Defensively and offensively. Our offense is designed to make the other team work on defense. And it's just something that most teams can't keep up with throughout the whole game. And that's a credit to Coach Bennett and the way he's established this program and got us running the offense the way we do.
Go on the left side.
Ava Wallace for the Washington Post. You guys have faced scorers like Blossom Game and Kat Barber throughout league play. Does that make preparing for a player like George Niang any better, any easier, since you have that kind of experience to pull from? Do you know a little bit more to expect, or is he on a different kind of plane?
Malcolm, you want to take that?
He's a special player for sure. He's one of the great college players of this year, and he presents his own challenge for sure. Blossom Game is probably the closest thing we've played to him, but still their games are very distinct. But it's going to be a team effort, and that's what our strength is. It's team defense. It's playing the pack line as a team, and we've been able to frustrate most of everybody who we've played, and hopefully we can do the same tomorrow night.
On the left side, third row.
Malcolm, Dennis Carter, WSCT in Lynchburg. The last time Virginia made it to the Elite Eight, 1995. Can you put into words just how special, how big of an accomplishment this would be if you guys can win this game and advance to the Elite Eight?
It'd be a huge accomplishment. It'd be very exciting for the team, for the coaching staff, for our university, for Charlottesville. But I'm not sure that's something that can be put into words until we get it done. We got to go out. We got to be focused from the first 20 minutes of tomorrow night's game. So we got to go out and get it done.
Go in the middle.
Zach Brazil, New York Post. Malcolm, what made you come back this year? For your graduate senior year, was there? Could you kind of take us through the whole process, and what was the thing that made you want to come back?
I felt like, I talked to Coach Bennett, and we sat down and had a conversation, and it really struck me when he said I could have it all. I could, finish my legacy here. I could do something special with my teammates one last year, and I could also get my master's degree and just finish what I started. And I'm a guy that's all about, not trying to take the easy way out or get out of things too early. I want to finish out. I want to finish what I start, and that's what I want to do.
Follow up on that. Have it all. Is that you probably feel like you still have stuff missing? If it ends tomorrow night, do you feel like there's things left for you to accomplish? I guess is what I'm trying to say.
I think there are things more that me and my team could have accomplished. But honestly, if that's the case, then it wasn't meant to be. Then God had a different plan for me and my teammates. That's really how I see it.
We go second row.
Yeah, London, you guys don't come across as a bunch of basketball junkies who stay up all night watching other games. How much have you seen Iowa State over the course of the year? Do you know much about them?
I've seen
Or
a lot.
before now?
I actually seen a lot of them. I actually do watch a lot of basketball. I kind of am a basketball junkie. But I've seen a lot of Iowa State. First 10 seconds offensively, they want to get up some quick shots. Anybody can push the ball up the floor from the yang to the point. Offensively, they have a lot of firepower, but our defense is what we pride ourselves on. So, good defense versus good offense, that's what we want. That's what we're gonna go for.
Time for 2 more questions. Go in the front row.
For London and Malcolm, Anthony sometimes tells us stories that are maybe not completely true.
Outrageous stories.
It happens. Does he do that to you guys? And if either of you could recount a prank or something he told you that you fell for, and found out later?
Well, if y'all are talking about the onion story with Malcolm, that's true. So that's not a fable. But the magic, I don't know if I heard that one. But it's probably true too. But he's definitely told us a lot of stories. But that's just his character. He's always trying to be lighthearted. And we love him for that. Although it can be outrageous, but that's just him. So,
Time for one last question.
First to Anthony, but then to Malcolm. Anthony, you're a lighthearted guy, and you seem to be a pop culture guy. If there was someone who was going to be compared to George Clooney in this tournament, would it be Coach Bennett?
I'm not sure. If anybody, I would say if somebody was going to play my life in a movie, if that's what you were asking me, which that's what I got out of it, I would pretty much go with Denzel Washington, Will Smith, and any other mainstream actor that girls love. That's probably who would play me in a film.
Malcolm, you had a broken foot that kept you out for a year. It's a very difficult time for you. Looking back, was it an advantage now?
I think so. I think that was a blessing in disguise for me. I had great support from my family, from my coaches, from my teammates. And, I worked extremely hard to get back and, really turn that into a blessing and really have success from it.
All right, gentlemen, that's all the time we've got. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.